Welcome to the Happiness Matters podcast, where we'll explore happiness at work and show you how to coach yourself to be happier there and more successful too, no matter what.
Hello everyone, I'm Julia Seal, and today is our Q&A session to follow the previous episode 1.2, Your Happiness, Snakes and Ladders Journey. These Q&A sessions are your opportunity to ask me questions and share your insights as you go through each week's material and learn how to coach yourself to happiness and success at work. Post your questions in our Facebook coaching group at Happiness-Matters.coach. Let's kick off today's session with a recap of the topics we discussed last week, the key learning points. This is the second step in our coaching journey, part of assessing and defining where you are right now, what we call point A, the start of our coaching together. Firstly, we expand the work we started in episode 1.1 by exploring where our ideas for happiness come from, what thoughts and beliefs we've taken over from others, our family, our colleagues, the media, and even our cultural heritage. We looked at some examples of external influences. So do you think your views on happiness were influenced by Coca-Cola's 2015 Choose Happiness rap song, What Are You Waiting For? Or if you're a bit older, how much of your happiness, joy and laughter was shaped by Robin Williams' Mork and Mindy TV show? Lastly, we use my coaching tool, the Snakes and Ladders Gameboard, to uncover your deeper, more entrenched views of happiness and success, your actual inner belief system, the collection of thoughts that govern how you look at happiness for yourself. We start this investigation by looking at how you define the milestones of your life. Are they snakes or ladders? And mapping them onto our Snakes and Ladders Gameboard. If you haven't already downloaded this tool, you can get it from our website, Happiness-Matters.coach. This coaching expands the first episode's snapshot of where you are, what's top of mind for you in defining your happiness at work, and starts you on the journey of questioning your views and your beliefs about happiness and success in your life and at work. We do this to ensure that you have a much clearer view about what you call happiness and success, and how much of your life you devote to cultivating it, pursuing it. It also gives you an overall picture, a map of your whole life as a happiness journey, with all the milestones of your life mapped out. A wonderful way to look at your life as a whole, and what a journey it has been already, no matter what age you are. Now, let's have a more in-depth look at the coaching tool I've given you, the Snakes and Ladders Gameboard of your life. As I said earlier, this is a tool you can use to create a snapshot of your life so far, your happiness journey to date. In a similar way, we use the happiness ladder to get a snapshot of your in-the-moment happiness. But it's more than just a visual depiction of your life to date. You can use it to gain greater insight into how you're choosing to think about your past, your life so far. By looking at the milestones of your life, you can discover several interesting things about yourself. Why are some things milestones to you, and why are some things not? What got left off your game board and why? Then you can uncover the thoughts you currently have about these milestones and the feelings associated with those thoughts. Why was this a snake? And why was that a ladder? And through this entire process, you can discover how your definitions, your beliefs, your thoughts and your feelings are impacting on your current happiness and success. To get such powerful insights sounds complicated, doesn't it? But it's a simple 6-step process for you to follow on the free worksheet. How long does it take? Well, you could use the game board to keep thinking through your past over the next couple of days, or weeks even. Alternatively, you can just use it to capture the top of mind first big milestones that you can think of. The exercise will generate something of interest to you either way you use it. If you pick just 5 of your best and 5 of your worst milestones, your top snakes and your top ladders, you'll have more than enough to work through for the rest of the exercise. The insights come through the reflection questions on the worksheet and the coaching questions from the last podcast episode. Some of these questions include, so what does happiness and success at work, no matter what, mean to you now? What's in your definition and what's out of your definition? How close are you to it? And how far away and elusive is it? And how hard are you working on it? How much are you pursuing it? Where are you spending your energy every day? From your past experiences and milestones, what contributed to your happiness and what detracted from it? And lastly, here's a new one. What if you viewed everything you've done in your life to date, every single thing on your Snakes and Ladders game board, was perfect, was a brilliant strategic move towards your happiness and success? Now there's one to think about. Why not go back and listen to episode 1.2 and see how thinking through these questions again might start uncovering your own beliefs and thoughts about what happiness and success mean to you. It's usually an interesting surprise for us all when we see how much our underlying beliefs shape our everyday experience. Now I've got 2 examples of using the Snakes and Ladders game board to share with you, one from my own life and one from a client. And I'll share these with you briefly to give you an insight into the application of this work. And then I've got several comments from you, our listeners, that I'll share at the end. The first example is from my own life and how I actually came up with this coaching tool. I created the beginnings of this tool when looking back at my life after my divorce. Those of you who've been through a divorce know how uncomfortable it is to look back at those memories. So there I was, divorced after 19 years, and my entire adult life to date made up of joint memories. And I felt as if 2 decades had been thrown on the garbage heap. This is no way to live and move forward. So I started looking back at everything, every event, every person, every experience that had contributed to where and who I was today. What were the snakes and what were the ladders and why? It was a process that enables me to love my past and to call it my own, and to be free of most of that emotional baggage that can come with divorce. I'm a big fan of this coaching tool for anyone who wants to create a new story about their past. The next example is from a client who'd hired me to coach him with his transition from the corporate world into the entrepreneurial world. With my past experience, he thought I'd be a great guide. I used the tool in our first session, really just to get an overview of his life, what he called snakes and ladders, so that I could get a snapshot of his mindset, what he was proud of and what he felt was difficult. He loved the process so much that we changed the direction of our coaching completely to work on what he called snakes, why he thought of them like this, and how this thinking would serve him or not serve him in setting up his business. It was a great exercise. Can you see how the Snakes and Ladders game board could also help you when you look back at your life? Remember Aristotle from episode 1.1 about the pursuit of happiness. He said, "Everything that we choose for the sake of something else. Everything except happiness." What has your pursuit been about? Can you see where you've spent the time in your life? And can you see how all these things add up to where you regularly place yourself on the happiness ladder? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then have a listen into episode 1.1. Can you see how the game board of your life to date is shaping your happiness and success at work today, this very day? Now here are some comments that we've just received from you. It's so exciting to look at my life through this lens. I can appreciate how my ladders have contributed to who I am today. And doing this exercise makes me see how little on my game board is not work-related, and I want to change that. It's a fun coaching tool for you. I so enjoy using it, and I trust you will too. So over the last 4 episodes, we've expanded your definitions of what happy and successful at work is for you. We've looked at how, who, and what has shaped this definition. And in doing so, we've examined whether you want to keep these definitions or whether you could adapt them to better serve you going forward in your life. In using these 2 coaching tools, we've thoroughly assessed and defined your current happiness and success. We've clearly defined point A, the starting point in your coaching journey. If you do have any further questions, please join us in our Facebook coaching group, Happiness-Matters.coach. You can also find us on Instagram, Happiness-Matters.coach. Why not post your pictures there of what were the milestone ladders in your life, or what you turned from a snake to a ladder when going through this coaching tool? Or why not even post your actual snakes and ladders game board? That would be fun. I post something there from my life under the hashtag up, so it would be fun to see you there too. There really is no better time to do this work together. I'll end today with a reminder to go and have a laugh with Doug the talking dog and find out where the saying squirrel moment comes from. I've posted a reminder link in the show notes on our website. And while you're watching, think about, like Doug, what are your squirrel moments of joy and laughter? And that's it for this week. I'll see you in episode 1.3. where we're exploring your 10 out of 10 happy and successful at work, and talk about some exciting ideas that I call happiness wisdom concepts. Bye for now, from the quaint fishing hamlet of Kalk Bay, where I'm drinking the best coffee ever.
Thanks for joining us on this Happiness Matters podcast. Do join us again here next week on Tuesday. You can subscribe to this series at Apple Podcasts on iTunes, or you can sign up for it on our website, Happiness-Matters.coach. That's Happiness-Matters.coach. COACH. Also, you can join our conversation on Facebook by following us there. Our Facebook page is also Happiness-Matters.coach.